They fly in some of the UK's most dangerous skies.
I'm being smashed about to get into the valley.
It's going to be bumpy, it's going to be turbulent, guys.
From high-rise city centres.
OK, committed to land, over the H.
To remote peaks battered by extreme weather.
The top looks to be in cloud. Can you confirm that's the case, over?
The crews of Yorkshire's 2 air ambulances risk their lives.
Gone unresponsive.
It's just gone unresponsive on us.
To save yours.
There's potentially fatalities involved.
There, he's on its roof.
Delivering intensive care by air.
Is he breathing? No, he's not breathing.
The cow trampled me and then came back again and again.
No matter how critical the case,
This is the first time anything like this has ever happened.
He's moving his arms around and he's sweating buckets.
however risky the place.
I'm going to get down there quickly.
He's got an almost complete amputation at the right knee.
What's your name?
Doing their jobs with Yorkshire grit.
It is from Medic 2 at the patient's side, however.
Humour.
You might get rest at week off if you're lucky.
What is it, Thursday?
Yeah.
And compassion.
OK, chick, we're just going to get you out, all right? Don't worry, we'll look after you, I promise.
This time on Helicopter ER.
So I'll give him about 50 of Ket and we'll just see how he is.
The team fight to save a trucker's leg after a freak accident.
He's got an almost complete amputation of his lower leg.
In York, the e-scooter boom claims its first victim.
Sort of a deglove injury. The skin's come away and you can see the underlying tissues.
There's a Peloton pileup, and 2 cyclists are down.
He's broken his clavicle. He may have broken a rib or 2.
It's late afternoon at Air Ambulance headquarters, and the phone from 999 Control is ringing.
Is it this job in Batley?
15 miles away, there's been a serious industrial accident.
Bye. Somebody's been crushed by a forklift truck and their legs have come off. Ooh.
Pilot Gary has 2 minutes to get off the ground.
Batley. Always good for a lappy. Not.
But getting his team down could be tricky.
Eyes in a minute, guy. That's right.
It's rush hour, and they're heading for a town centre surrounded by busy commuter routes.
Where did we say this? Say IKEA? Well, yeah, Batley's IKEA area. IKEA. I thought that was next to the motorway. It is, yeah, that's the top of Batley, yeah.
Dr. Johnny will lead the patient's care.
We've got reports of somebody having been run over by a forklift truck with leg injuries. We don't know much more than that. It sounds like it's an industrial site somewhere near Leeds.
There's confusion as to exactly where the emergency is.
The grid is it pointed to the Batley's more than the industrial part near IKEA, that area?
It says Bradford Road. It looks like a sort of residential address. Don't really understand that, but I think he was a delivery driver with one of these forklifts, you know, where they have them on the back of the truck.
The team's skills could be critical to the patient.
Blood's been a relatively recent addition to the air ambulance here in Yorkshire, but it's really important. When you lose blood, the best thing to replace it with is blood. So we carry red cells and we carry a couple of units in a special box called a Credo cube that keeps it temperature controlled. And that way we can deliver it quite quickly through a blood warmer, because you want to get blood warm as well. And that can be really useful for patients that have bled quite a lot and have got low blood pressure. And that could be the difference for some people who get into hospital or not. It's 3 o'clock to your right there, lorry, 2 DCAs on scene. Down to your right, Steve. On the bed, down to your right, Steve.
It's clear this is going to be a difficult place to land, as the team suspected. Pilot Gary's flown in war zones, and this rescue will demand all his flying skills.
I'm going to have a look at that car park. Probably a little more. Which one are you looking at, mate? Plus the really tall, mill building. Yeah, got you.
He's descending into an office car park that's just big enough to be legal.
Yes, one down to our right now, yeah. Where that car's moving. Oh, even better. Yeah, looks like we're going to go in there, guys. You happy with that?
Yeah, straight out and then onto the road. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I can see.
While Gary parks HeliMed 99 more tidily, the team are heading for their patient.
Is that right, mate? Is it out on right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boards look like pieces of plywood or something. There's a big stack of plywood
Looked like somebody with a blanket on top of them down there.
The truck was delivering. Its driver is in the care of local paramedics.
So we've obviously got quite a lot of trauma to his right leg.
Yeah.
Rob Smith is in agony. His leg is almost severed.
So far, he's had 5 grams of morphine. TXA is going in now as we speak. We've got lines on both sides. And he's quite stable. He's obviously 597 for his pulse, 138/80 for his blood pressure. And that's about as far as we've got.
His name was Rob.
Johnny is a trauma consultant at the Leeds General Infirmary.
Hello, Rob. How are you feeling? Where have you got pain other than in your leg? Anywhere else?
Just the right leg.
Just around your leg? Got a bit of a bump on your head as well?
Maybe, I don't know.
How's your neck? Is it okay?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
stick your tongue out for me. Good, all right. Any pain around your chest at all?
No.
No?
Rob was hit by the truck after he tried to warn the driver the forks were in the wrong position. He's surrounded by wood he was delivering when the accident happened.
Just wondering whether we can create any more space for ourselves. Yeah, have you got enough hands for that? Yeah, so if you guys get on that as well, just to do that, and I'll take his leg. Yeah. Ready, steady, go. Yeah, thank you.
A first responder stopped Rob's leg bleeding by applying a tourniquet, but Johnny urgently needs to see the full extent of his injury.
So guys, once you've got on that, do you mind cutting the rest of these clothes? Let's get them off and let's get them scooped. We want as much off as possible. I'm just going to have it worked down and have a quick look at this leg. Fine. So let's get everything off, guys. So we'll get that skin to scoop. Let's scoop him, we'll get him flat. We'll have a little look at this leg when he's flat and that leg's out. I think he's going to need a bit of ketamine probably for that move, just to get him comfortable.
Thought you were chopping my ear off as well.
No, don't worry, sorry.
Rob's remarkably cheerful for the victim of a serious accident.
Have you got any allergies or anything?
No.
We're going to put the other big one on as well.
The team need to control Rob's pain quickly.
Well done, mate. Just give one of my dads, I'll give about 50 of Ket and we'll just see how he is. How you doing, Rob?
Yeah.
You all right? So just going to give you some strong pain relief now, okay? Ket.
He's receiving ketamine, a very powerful drug developed as a horse tranquilizer.
Okay, he's had 50 and that is 1720. Okay, how you doing, Rob? You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. All right, guys, ready to roll. Let's try and get as many of those clothes out as we can as he's coming. So just pull anything down and get it out of the way if you can. On roll, ready, steady, roll.
Blood is no longer flowing to Rob's leg. It's probably beyond saving.
Thank you. You good at the top there? Yeah.
And there's a very high risk of infection, so he's also being given antibiotics.
Okay. So we'll lift clothing out and then trolley in. Yeah? Okay, everyone happy with that?
Yeah. We'll go on lift, ready, brace, lift.
Loading out, yeah. Should go, lads.
Rob's going to be taken to hospital by road.
This gentleman's got a really horrible lower leg injury, so where the forklift has reversed and pinned him against the wall, he's got an almost complete amputation of his lower leg. So there's lots of damage to muscle, to blood vessels, to his nerves and his bones, and everything's a bit oozy. And it's often when you've got bleeding that's the case. So there's nothing for us to really stop by compressing a vessel. And what you need is actually something to pack against that to form a barrier, which is what a normal dressing would do. We've got a different type of dressing called Celox, which is impregnated with actually something made of prawns. And that helps the blood to clot, so the blood cells all coagulate on that and form a barrier around it. So when you've got these oozy wounds like that, it's very good at stopping the bleeding. So we're going to pat the wound with that and hopefully that will control that. The bleeding's not particularly brisk at the moment, so we're taking the tourniquet down, and that will give us the best chance of salvaging the limb if we can do that in theatre.
It's a 7-mile drive to the regional trauma centre.
Sorry, take it nice and steady, he's stable, so no heroics. Thank you. Rob, what's your address? Brough.
It's around the corner from me, Rob. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Don't stop places. To be fair, I don't even know where I am now.
No, that's good.
Back at the scene, paramedic Gav is not optimistic about Rob's outlook.
Well, they can deteriorate quite quickly, really, because they can sort of be in a state of shock and they're sort of compensating. So you have to be mindful of the little observations, the heart rates and the blood pressure, things like that, because they can because although he's sort of severed his lower leg, we don't know if the crush injury has done any damage internally that we can't see. So there could be a sign that he's bleeding elsewhere.
There was no observations of suggesting that at the minute. He wasn't tachycardic, so his heart rate wasn't going too fast. It was fairly normal. So we think it probably is the lower leg injury. But the doctor's gone with him in the ambulance with my colleague, and they'll give the trauma team will be waiting at LGI. But unfortunately for him, as he's a driver of a lorry, potentially losing his lower leg will be quite career-changing and life-changing for him.
Police are investigating the accident, but Johnny's focus is on ruling out further serious injuries. His patient is still smiling through the pain.
Any pain around here, around your chest?
No, it's quite nice actually.
Is that nice? Having a little massage?
Yeah.
Anything down here?
No.
No, nothing hurting?
No. Feels like county pain, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been sat down too long and you need to know. That's what it feels like.
Okay. Well, that sounds a bit rubbish, but not too awful.
Yeah.
Have you seen what your leg looks like?
No, they won't let me look. I know it's a mess.
Yeah. It's a really nasty injury, Rob, but we're going to the Major Trauma Centre at Leeds, so we've got all the right people there to have a look, OK?
All right.
So the vascular surgeons and people are going to have a look when you get there, and we'll get some scans done to see what the damage is, OK?
Yeah.
The most important thing right now is you keep you comfortable. We're giving you some antibiotics and stuff as well to prevent any infection.
I don't know what you gave us before, but that was stuff.
Was it good stuff?
Yeah,
OK. That's ketamine. It's a horse tranquilizer.
Yeah, if they do some more of that.
OK, yes.
The ambulance is nearing Leeds city centre. A full trauma team is awaiting its arrival.
You got any kids?
Yeah, 4 of them.
4?
Yeah.
Must keep you busy.
Yes. We're ragging rather. Keep up with it.
There's going to be loads of people when we get in there, don't worry, they're all there for you. What we're going to do is tell them what we've done so far, and then they're going to have a re-look at everything. I'll say then we'll get you through the scanner and have a look and see what's going on.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get up and run, am I?
Rob's going straight to resus.
This is Rob, he's 35 years old. Approximately an hour ago, he's been reversed into by a forklift truck and been pinned against the wall. He's got an almost complete amputation at the right knee with just skin and muscle intact.
An operating theatre has already been prepared, and surgeons have begun assessing whether they can save Rob's lower leg. His future hangs on their verdict. When it comes to getting around, there's a new runabout on the block. E-scooters are taking off in our cities, but it's never long before there are casualties.
Happy.
At the Topcliffe Air Base, paramedics Sammy and Andy are being scrambled.
Topcliffe traffic, Element 99, lifting departure to the south, Topcliffe traffic.
Reports are coming in that there's been an accident near Yorkshire's most historic city.
Air desk from 9-8, we've lifted for York. Over.
Thanks guys, just for information, this patient is under pallets, so they might be a little bit difficult to spot where they are, over.
Oh, Roger.
It's not clear what's happened, but the injuries sound serious.
We understand this chap's got an open fracture, potentially of one of his legs. It sounds like he's conscious and talking.
I think it's somewhere under this, a roundabout, or maybe within this complex of the park and ride. Looking.
What's on this top corner? Is that an ambulance? Is he associated
I'm just looking
with the job?
at the corner of the...
It is, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
I'll go to the field at the far end. There's cows there, there's a fence.
Pilot Colin's dropping his medical team next to an interchange near a major out-of-town shopping centre.
Look at the auto trim, please.
Back out here to trim.
There's no obvious gate though, is there? I'll just pop in this corner, mate.
We should be able to get over that.
Yeah, you should be right.
Andy's going to take charge of the patient's care. First reports suggested the accident had happened on York's busy ring road.
It doesn't look like it's a motorbike v car.
32-year-old cyclist Matt Wilkes was on a long-distance ride when he collided with an e-scooter.
Just take a deep breath in.
The rider left him lying here in agony.
Any aches or pains there as you're breathing? Anything worse? Matt? Anything made worse by breathing in?
Matt is dazed and confused.
Are you able to lift your legs up for me? That one, nice one. And the other one? Okay, any massive discomfort while you're lifting that?
It hurts in there a bit.
Just in here? Okay. Any pain in the groin area?
Matt landed on concrete It looks like he has a badly broken arm. Passers-by found him.
A little feely or tummy.
I was returning home from a bike ride, got to the top end, the woman stopped me who'd already arrived before me and asked me to go down and help while she tried to flag down an ambulance. He was bleeding a bit, so we helped to try and stop him bleeding and tried to reassure him as well. He was quite shaky when we first got here, but and he seemed to be in quite a bit of pain as well.
Any pain when I'm pressing? No. Anything around here?
Riding e-scooters in the underpass is almost certainly illegal. A passerby rang Matt's dad, Richard, who rushed to the scene.
It appears that my son was on his way cycling from York to Leeds, and he'd hardly gone a mile. He's come under the underpass underneath the York Ring Road. It appears that somebody in an electric scooter, probably going too fast in the opposite direction, has hit him, knocked him off his bicycle and probably broken his arm, and then just hasn't stayed at the scene, just shot off.
Rented e-scooters are popular in York's pedestrian streets. Matt's not the first casualty for the local paramedics.
See you later.
He was visiting his family locally.
He lives in Norway. Last year he cycled from the Russian border back to Oslo. He spent the last 3 or 4 days cycling around the Yorkshire Dales, no problems whatsoever. Comes back to York and this is what happens.
Matt was 2 miles into a 25-mile ride to see his brother.
Pardon? Oh, it's not a bump now. There you go. To Leeds. Hats off to you.
Paramedic Sammy is concerned Matt may be bleeding internally, but the symptoms are confusing.
Right, you're going to feel it clunk quick.
This gentleman is a super fit young man out on his bike today, Saturday morning. His heart rate is slow, which is the sign of a really good athlete, but his blood pressure is also low, so we just want to make sure that's proportionate to his normal slow heart rate and not something sinister that's going on.
The wound to his arm is deep.
That looks like he'll need a bit of plastics for that. Yeah.
Their patient will almost certainly need surgery, and he may have sustained nerve damage.
I don't think he's going to need blood. His blood pressure's going back up now. It looks like he's done what we call a deglove type of injury, where the skin's come away and you can see the underlying tissue. So it might need to look at by the plastic surgeons and the plastics team at Leeds to make sure that it's dealt with properly, because the potential for injuries like that is significant for infection.
The major trauma centre at Leeds General Infirmary is a short drive from the scene. Matt will be going there by road, freeing up HeliMed 99 for another emergency.
Thank you anyway.
All right, no, you're welcome.
The case has been another first for the team, and few believe Matt will be the last patient from the e-scooter boom.
Ambulance service, is the patient breathing?
18 hours a day, Yorkshire's 2 air ambulances are on standby for emergencies across an area that is home to 5 million people. Paramedic Al is taking a call from the 999 control centre.
Hello. Fairfield. What for? Fall off a horse and blood coming out of her ear. Oh dear.
Falls from horses are routine for the team, but this sounds unusually serious.
What's going back? Going west.
Pilot Lee's flying Al, James and Dr. Johnny 15 miles to the outskirts of Huddersfield.
We're going to Murfield. There's reports of somebody having come off a horse and the patient is unconscious with some blood coming from their ear, which raises some concerns about a significant head injury. You can have something called a base of skull fracture. It's a sign of quite a severe head injury, and the blood leaks out because you have a fracture that communicates with the ear.
Pre-landing check, secure in the back. Secure in the back. There's some significant wires at this grid.
That means a difficult, dangerous landing for Lee. The smallest cable can cause a crash.
So we've got wire, wire. So it's surrounded on a lot of sides.
But it's not obvious where they're needed.
Somebody needs to ring this back and find out if it's at the livery yard or whether it's out and about in the fields. Over.
The air desk is helping narrow it down.
2 to 3 fields away from the patient. Over. Yeah, I don't see anybody looking particularly urgent or waving or doing anything. There's a lot of logs in this field here, Lee, where these cars are, but I can't see anybody at the moment. We're going to descend into this area, which I know is clear.
Then they see the patient.
Clear on the left. Clear on the left. Right, you clear out, guys.
She's in the care of local paramedics who've only just arrived.
This is Nicola. She was on a horse, she was coming around the corner.
Yeah.
She's gone straight over the side.
Nicola McDermott is an experienced rider.
Hit her head on the wood.
Oh, bless her.
And ended up in that position.
Nicola's fiancé was watching as the accident happened.
Oh, you're joking.
If she hadn't been wearing her helmet, this fall could have been immediately fatal.
Hi Nicola, I'm James, I'm another one of the paramedics, okay. Where's the worst are you paying at the minute? That here, okay. Putting around the top, it's difficult to see how many it does.
It's quite a bit of stippling around there. There's actually been an impact on that side, hasn't there?
Yeah. Get a scoop stretcher in behind you, okay, and get you rolled onto it, all right.
Nicola's clearly dazed. Friends are understandably worried.
She's come in a full circle, horse has set off in a full circle, the stirrup's broken, and she's tumbled off and give herself a bash on the head with the log, I think. So,
Nicola, I'm Johnny, I'm one of the doctors there. Sorry. What's hurting you there?
Dr. Johnny fears she has a fractured skull, but further life-threatening injuries can't be ruled out.
Do some deep breaths in for me, Nicola. Well done. Any pain when you do that? No? Okay. Good air entry bar, actually.
The jumps in the field are unforgiving timber.
Where's that hurting? What, on your leg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Further up.
Further up. Is it in your hip?
Yeah.
Okay.
To protect her spine, Nicola's going to be fastened to a rigid scoop stretcher.
Everyone ready? Ready, steady, roll. Well done, Nicola. That's it. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Try to relax.
She's taking quite a whack, so she definitely needs scanning.
Dr. Johnny wants to take Nicola to specialists at the Leeds General Infirmary, 10 miles away.
I'd rather drive so that we've got the option. Can we get on the other side of that scoop, guys, and then we can get her up, and then everything will happen a lot quicker from that point of view.
Flying their patient would be fastest, but if Nicola's condition deteriorates, it will be easier to anaesthetise her in a road ambulance rather than in a cramped cabin of the helicopter.
Where's it hurting, Nicola? Yeah. In your back? Okay. So have you got that?
What's the matter? Where's that hurting?
It's back.
All right, sweetheart, well, we are going to have to just get this on, so just bear with us.
Okay, is everybody ready? Yeah. Okay, ready, steady, roll. Still needs to come under the shoulder, guys. That's it, Nicola, well done.
She needs to go and have a head scan to sort of see whether the bleeding is just all from around the ear. She's also got blood coming out of her nose, which again could be a sign of a fractured skull, or it could just be a nosebleed from having bashed her nose. So it's all a little bit confusing really till we can do some more tests in hospital.
It wasn't Nicola's fault. A broken strap caused her to fall from her horse, Meg.
Before we load it, we'll just have another quick look at everything and just make sure we're not missing anything chest or anything else that needs sorting out. Let's get a cannula and some decent analgesia in and see where we are. Okay. Has everyone got a bit? Yep. On lift, ready, brace, lift. Okay. Nicola, can you open your mouth for me? Stick your tongue out. Good.
Dr. Johnny fears Nicola may have also broken her pelvis. They're fitting a tight binder to her hips.
Can you squeeze my fingers? Squeeze them hard? Good? Okay. Good.
Where's that hurting?
Back.
Is it your lower back or is it your upper back or your
middle of your back?
Is it higher than where my hand is now?
About there.
So we just take those boots off. Let's just have a quick look at legs. I think if there's any doubt, we'll just put it on. I think in terms of habitus, it's quite difficult for assessment and with everything else.
Does that hurt you when you try to lift your leg?
She's going to be given morphine.
So nothing else down here, James? Everything else?
The only thing is she can't raise her legs, but it is bilaterally. Is that your ear again, Nicola? We're going to give you some pain relief now, okay?
Yes.
Just
happy there.
Yeah.
Can you feel us touching your feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, does it feel normal?
Can you wiggle your toes for us?
Good.
But there are worrying signs their patient's condition is getting worse.
Where do you live? Nicola, where do you live?
All right, we'll be as smooth as we can, okay. Just go slow.
Her outlook is uncertain.
Clearly had a head injury, she had a lot of consciousness, she's still a little bit confused. I think in that circumstance we need to make sure there's no blood in her head, that's the biggest concern. She's got some other pain as well in her lower back, and that's a concern in terms of pelvic injury and lumbar spine injury, given that she's fallen from a relative height and at speed. So we're going to go to the major trauma centre at Leeds so that we can get some scans done and just rule out anything serious.
Great stuff. Any pains in your chest at all?
James is making sure they can monitor Nicola's condition throughout the road journey.
Sorry. Wait, is that hurting in your shoulder again? Can you just support this arm, just while I get this cuff on, mate? I think she's got some shoulder pain.
So MTC, lower back possibly, head injury definitely. She's partly avulsed that left ear and there's blood. Actually, there's actually a part where it's bleeding from. Okay. And it might well be into the canal. Yeah, good to go.
Lee will fly to Leeds to collect his team with Al. On the road, this will be a tense journey for Dr. Johnny and James. Nicola may require surgery. Cycling has exploded as a pastime in the UK, with more than 1,000 clubs hitting the road every week, sending Lycra sales into overdrive.
Now we'll go from here, up and back.
But it's taking its toll on the air ambulance team.
Well, it looks like it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Has it got any clinical details on there?
Cyclist, query pelvic fracture.
Pilot JB is flying Dr. Jez and paramedics Al and James to a country road in North Yorkshire.
Routing to a location just to the northwest of Linton's airfield.
So York, 9 nautical miles or LGI, 21. Okay. 24 minutes to York by road, 56 to Leeds.
Look it up.
There's news from the air desk.
Yeah, it's a quick update, mate. We've got pelvic pain, ribcage, no facial injury or obvious place where the blood could be coming from.
If it's major trauma, we'll probably be flying, won't we, I suppose, given that.
140 cyclists died on the UK's roads last year, a 40% increase.
So go past the wood, and then there's some fields, and then there's what looks like an ambulance on the nose. Yeah. We'll go to the left-hand side of the ambulance as we're looking at it.
JB is aiming to get his team as close as possible to the scene.
Ground is higher behind us. That's just something to be aware of. So I'm going to bring the nose left. Auto trim is off. Thank you. Tail's clear.
James and Al are joining local paramedics caring for 2 cyclists who are riding in a peloton.
It's come off about 20 miles per hour, he's guesstimating.
They just kind of had a coming together.
They're kind of coming together and he's kind of flown off. He has hit his helmet. There's no facial injury to have this floating blood out.
So this chap hip pain rather than pelvis feel intact?
Oh, it's his inner groin.
Okay.
Tom Elliott and his mate Darren Tomlinson came off at 30 miles per hour.
Hiya Tom, you all right? My name's James. We're just obviously getting a bit of a brief over what's happened with you, all right?
It looks like Tom came off worst.
That's where it hurts at the moment.
Okay.
And then I think the shoulder.
And this shoulder as well.
Passing motorists helped give first aid.
It literally just happened as we pulled up, stopped. Another car's just stopped behind us, and they were the poor lads were on the ground, clearly in a lot of pain.
It's cracked all the way through.
Tom's helmet probably saved his life.
You'll definitely need a new helmet, boss.
No.
Eh?
What? I mean, new helmet.
Yeah, it's cracked all the way through.
Oh right.
Where's the crack gone? There. So you can see we've got the crack going all the way through, so it's done its job basically.
Tom hit the road head first. Darren's now sitting up.
No pain in there?
No.
Clavicle's all right?
Yeah, seem okay.
There, is that okay?
Yeah,
that's okay, is it?
How fond of your top are you? Because obviously with all this pain in your ribs, we could really do having a good look at that kind of rib area.
Tom was wearing all the right gear, several £100 worth.
It's got a zip down the front. I don't know if you want to try that.
The trouble is I'm going to try and get it over your clavicle, which is obviously broken as well from what you've said, so, and it's already got a ripping back now anyway.
It's got a rip down the back as well now.
Okay. So we'll give you a bit of morphine, buddy, all right?
Are you putting this one as well?
Which one?
The blue one.
Oh, it's a big pair of scissors he went through a lot, mate.
Oh.
Jez is a keen cyclist too. He can feel Tom's pain.
That'd be an expensive cycling jersey, that.
They're not cheap, are they? I'm counting it up in my head of what's costing it. I only got these yesterday!
Few badly injured patients crack jokes. It's a good sign, but the team aren't convinced he's escaped a serious internal injury, like a broken pelvis.
There's not a lot of padding in Lycra, and he's not got a lot of padding on him, so he's obviously hit the road quite hard.
We've got good expansion and a good air entry into there. A little bit of a feel of your pelvis again, all right, it just determines whether or not we're going to put a binder on or whether or not it just looks like it's hip rather than actual pelvis. Sounds more hip than anything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
kind of neck of if anything worse. I mean, are you happy? I'm happy that don't need a binder. At the moment, your pelvis feels intact. It's just that pain and tenderness where you're shouting around that hip. We're going to get you rolled over in a second. Just giving you a little bit more happy juice. So you've had quite a lot of painkiller there, boss, all right? So hopefully that should take the edge off some of that. Yeah, 115.69, that's his latest BP, so we're happy from that point of view. So in a moment, boss, we're going to roll you over onto your back. We're just deciding whether or not you'll probably end up going to Leeds or not, so we're going to bring you up to 90 degrees, boss, to start with. No pain in your neck at all, boss, no? No, I am going to hold your head anyway, all right, but we're just going to bring you up. 30 seconds, concentration. OK, just like we put you onto this board, all right?
They need to put Tom on a rigid stretcher.
Where's that hurting?
Oh, shoulder.
OK. And then everybody ready to transition down flat?
Shoulder.
Head nice and still, boss. Hold on, mate.
He's in a lot of pain, but until he's been x-rayed in hospital, he must remain on his back.
Gonna move you slightly across. Ready, brace, move.
Oh no, that's not comfy.
Where's it not comfy?
On the rib, because I'm laying on some plastic bubbly bit.
Keep your head nice and still. Just try and move you under a little bit.
How's that?
That took the edge off it?
A bit better, yeah.
Yeah, good man.
The crash has shocked his cycling mates.
Tom was in the second position on the left-hand side, and his front wheel, he crashed his front wheel into the rider's back wheel ahead, and he lost control of the front wheel. Basically, he's flipped over the handlebars of his bike.
Dr. Jez is beginning to think Tom's had a lucky escape, but he does have some worrying symptoms.
I just want to have a little prod in your groin, just check there's no pain down there.
It's the inside of my right.
Around this area there.
It's the pain, I think, I'll try and point.
OK. Just watch his hand a minute, boss, because that cannula's it.
Is around
kind of iliac crest area.
But I think that might be just what I landed on.
Yeah.
And then it feels like it runs along the crest bone.
I suppose the decision is whether or not his chest.
He's got normal physiology.
So he's got normal physiology, so he actually does his trigger. I think it's just whether or not we'll probably need to speak to York, won't we, to get him to accept.
Despite Tom's discomfort, his case doesn't qualify him for a flight to a major trauma centre.
He's broken his clavicle, and he may have broken a rib or two. But his lungs are working fine, his heart and circulation are fine. So we're a bit concerned with him, not concerned enough to take him to a major trauma centre. So York's the closest hospital, he'll be off there.
Trainee lawyer Tom's off to A&E for x-rays and scans.
Hello, A&E at York, it's James, one of the helimed paramedics. Just got a patient to discuss with you, make sure you're happy to accept it if that's OK. So he's got right clavicle fracture, posterior rib pain, but I say he's got good equal air entry and no obvious deformity to his chest, and he's got some right inguinal crease pain, but his pelvis is stable.
His mates are reassuring his mum.
He's breathing, he's laughing, he's telling jokes. He's more worried about his Instagram.
So you're going to go to York, all right? York are happy to take you.
Okay.
As long as you behave on way in.
I'll try.
All right.
Tom didn't expect his 60-mile ride to end like this.
Tom's been quite lucky, really. He's obviously collided with another cyclist. When we arrived, he was obviously in quite a lot of pain. So we've supported the crew in giving him some analgesia, and that's enabled us to get him over onto his back and have a really good assessment of his injuries. And we've been able to transport this patient to the nearest hospital rather than having to send him to the major trauma centre.
Darren, too, will need a checkup.
I think the interesting bit will be is if he doesn't actually have any injuries other than cuts and bruises, because I think Al's made quite a dent in his wallet with regard to cutting off his expensive cycling gear.
But it turns out, when they get to York Hospital, that ruined clothing is the least of the rider's worries. It's the start of a new day at the Nostell Air Base, and time for a breakfast.
They were in the reduced section, so I thought, why not?
Paramedic James is frying up the full English.
Yeah. Okay then, I'll set him off.
But dispatcher Lisa has another plan.
Joel, off to Penny again. Is it ready?
Rather than the eggs, the crew are being scrambled to Yorkshire's Three Peaks.
Doors and harnesses. Transfer the back.
Pilot Lee is heading for Penny Ghent, a 2,000-foot mountain in the Dales.
This is Nostell, en route to Penny Ghent. What are we doing here at the moment? Ambulance crew on scene. Somebody fell, I think they fell about 10 foot. Mountain rescue on scene as well. We've been called because the ambulance crew have got to scene and there's a problem.
It could be a challenging rescue for Dr. Johnny.
We're not sure about what injuries they've got at the moment, but clearly if there's a crew there, they've requested us
They've probably got concerns that the injuries are quite serious and might need to go to a major trauma centre. If you're falling from 2 or 3 stories, you're going to have significant injuries to limbs and often to spine.
The weather is deteriorating, and the local mountain rescue team are sending reinforcements to the peak to help carry the casualty.
I think the top's going to be in clouds.
Yeah, it looks like it.
If I get above, I can't guarantee I'm going to get you onto that pinnacle.
NS from 9-8, we really could do with a weather update from scene if possible.
Just having a bit of a computer issue and another job. I'll try and get in touch with them.
Lee can't approach the peak if it's shrouded in cloud.
If they clear a cloud, up top, we'll go through it. But I don't want to take that risk.
Crow, Calcite, Helimed 9-8. The top looks to be in cloud. Can you confirm that's the case, Over?
Paramedic Al is calling mountain rescue direct.
Yeah, that's correct. We've come down to the valley bottom and have a landing site identified with smoke available. Over.
Yeah, Roger, that's all copied. If you can pop your smoke in about 1 minute, over.
Standing by.
12 o'clock, just below the ridge.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing smoke.
Smoke is on, but very windy. Over.
Yeah, Roger, we have visual with you.
The patient's being driven down the peak, but now there's another problem.
I'm not sure about it.
It's a bit slopey, doesn't it?
We're going to have to go the other side.
So come left a bit, Lee.
Just going to stick it one skid on the track. All clear on the left.
The team medic has been treating the walker.
So it's Emma, she's 34.
Emma Kelsey was on a sponsored walk when she fell near the summit.
She was doing the 3 peaks and she's taken a tumble off. You can't see it, it's the top step.
Yeah, it was
so
a bit of a scramble.
About a 3-metre fall.
Yeah.
And she landed on her left hip.
Okay.
Pain score was about 7. And so we gave her ibuprofen, 400 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams of paracetamol. And then before we moved her, we gave her 800 micrograms of fentanyl and Entonox as well, which is making her feel a bit sick and dizzy at the moment.
Emma was attempting the 3 Peaks Challenge, climbing all 3 of Yorkshire's highest mountains in one day. It's the equivalent of a marathon, with an 8,000-foot ascent thrown in.
When she coughs, it hurts, and it's just very tender, sort of on the top of the left hip. But we thought best to put the splint on in case.
Hello, I'm Johnny, I'm the doctor with the air ambulance. How are you feeling? Yeah. What happened?
I think my shoe came loose and just fallen backwards.
Okay. Did you bang your head or anything at all?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Mainly my left side.
You got pain in your left side now? Yeah. Can I have a quick look?
The team fear Emma has suffered chest, leg and back injuries.
Anything sore at all when I pressed on your chest?
No.
No?
Just that side.
Okay. Down here is sore there, is it? Okay. I'm just going to have a little listen under here. I'll keep you covered, okay? Deep breath. Good. Emma, just relax. Relax, I'm not touching you, okay? Just relax. So it's sore on here?
Yeah.
And what about down here?
Yeah.
The pain in Emma's legs is worrying.
We found that when we tried to get Emma's legs flat, we couldn't. So a little bit of flexion in the hips to keep the pelvis more comfortable.
Okay.
So we got a lot of packing onto here. I think that's going to be more comfortable with something underneath it.
Is that better with something underneath your legs then, is it, Emma? You're falling off a bit here, aren't you, on the angle? Are you okay? So obviously with what's happened, there's concerns that when you've fallen that you might have caused some damage, partly to your hip, which you're a bit concerned about. I think we also should be a bit concerned about your lower back if you've got problems with moving your legs at the moment. So you're asthmatic. Do you use inhalers for that regularly?
Yeah.
Yeah? When were you last in hospital with your breathing?
2-3 years ago.
Okay, all right. So we're going to get you loaded onto the aircraft, okay? We'll make sure that you're comfortable.
Emma's fall was long enough to cause a life-changing spinal injury. The team are taking no chances.
Could be something lumbar spine potentially. If she's got lumbar spine, then leave her in the back mat, then we'll just carry her in the back mat onto our one. Yeah. Are you guys happy with that?
She's been fastened to a vacuum mat that prevents her back moving. It will safeguard her spinal cord.
Emma's fallen about 10 feet from the summit of Pennigan. You can see it's up there in cloud at the moment. And landed, I think, onto her back. She's been complaining some pain in her left hip since that time. There's no obvious deformity or shortening or big bone fractures that we can tell. However, given the distance that she's fallen and the other injuries that we know she's got with the rib fractures, I think she needs to go to a major trauma centre so she can get a scan.
They're going to fly Emma 40 miles to the Leeds General Infirmary.
We're bringing in a 34-year-old female who's fallen in the Dales. We're coming in by air and we'll be with you in 25 minutes.
By road, this journey would take an hour, even on blue lights. Helimed 99 can do it in 15 minutes. while saving Emma the discomfort of a ride in a road ambulance.
It's all left-sided, her pain, basically, but she's not very, very tender on palpation around her hip and her pelvis, but she's saying that it's painful there. They were saying that they found that without propping her legs up, she had more discomfort. That always makes me think about back and pelvis.
8 minutes, guys.
Thank you. Just a few bumps as we come over the hills, alright, that's just a little bit of turbulent air, nothing to worry about. You alright, Emma? Yeah, not too long now, alright.
Lee's flying Emma onto the roof of the LGI.
The descent, just going to come off to the right.
It requires inch-perfect flying.
3 feet, 2 feet.
Nearly there, Emma.
1 foot.
Orthopaedic specialists have been called to resus to examine Emma.
Ready, steady, slide.
But first, she's heading for the MRI scanner. It will instantly reveal the extent of her injuries. Within an hour of arriving in hospital, lorry driver Rob was on an operating table.
They did a full body scan and a head scan, which seemed to be okay. So it was just the leg that they had to sort out.
But after 6 hours of surgery, doctors were forced to amputate his leg, crushed by a forklift truck.
There was one surgeon, he come up to me and he said he'll try his best to save my leg. So I told him he should have been a comedian, not a surgeon, because I'd obviously seen the state of my leg. I already knew my leg had gone at that point. I believe that there was only 2 centimetres of skin holding it sort of together. So one snip and that was it. It was off.
Rob was transferred to a rehab unit nearer his home in Hull.
It was agreed that if I had a bed downstairs at home and a toilet downstairs at home, then they was happy for me to come home. I had 2 roads to go down. You can either go down the road where it'll get to you, or the other road where it's happened. You've got to face it head on, and that's what I've done.
And he was back on his feet, using an artificial limb within weeks.
The new leg, it's the mechanical locking knee, which was weird at first to get used to. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Lets me be a dad, take these to the park, do the dad things, what we used to do. Can't do everything that we used to do, but I'm mobile.
The accident ended his career at the wheel, but he's now started a new job as a transport manager. Cyclist Matt, who broke his arm after a hit-and-run accident involving an electric scooter, flew home to Norway 3 weeks after his crash and is recovering well. Police have traced the rider who may face charges for riding it illegally. Rider Nicola spent 5 days in the neurological ward at the LGI after her stirrup snapped. Scans revealed a fracture to her skull and shoulder. She also perforated an eardrum when she hit a log on the ground. She's since made a full recovery. Tom, the trainee lawyer who crashed while riding in a Peloton, suffered several broken bones and had to use a wheelchair after a 9-day stay in hospital.
I went over the handlebars and just into the road, sort of head, shoulder first, and realisation kicked in of what had happened. I realised that actually I wasn't in the best of places. Double fracture to my collarbone, broke 3 ribs, bruised a lung, and I fractured my hip. That helmet definitely saved me. For that to crack, it kind of shows you the impact that would have gone through your skull if you had not worn that helmet.
His friend Darren broke his back and hip in the crash.
Push in there, is that a sore? No. That's okay, is it? Yeah. Good.
Both are recovering well and riding together again.
You can easily get into that habit of going, oh, if only I hadn't gone out that day, then none of this would have happened. But you can't change that, so you kind of had to accept what had happened and get over that.
Hill walker Emma suffered concussion and severe muscle damage when she fell climbing the 3 peaks. 6 months later, she's still undergoing physiotherapy.